Hey, what up, guys? This is Gamer Rain Tag on YouTube, and I'm going to do a video review for Batman Arkham City. So, Batman Arkham City was a really fun game. At first, I had my little reservations about it. I figured, how good could a Batman game be? I mean, honestly. You know, I've seen the cartoons, I've seen some of the comics, but, I thought Batman is pretty cool. The Batman movies are fucking awesome, but I don't know, just for some reason it just didn't really appeal to me. But, everyone seems to love Batman Arkham City, and no, I have not played Batman Arkham Asylum. I figured that since Batman Arkham City was kind of like a refined version of that, so, I figured, hey, let's try Arkham City. It should be good, right? Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. When I played it, I was actually surprised with how much, just how complex the gameplay actually was. Just flying around, gliding, all the cool gadgets. It's, it was a very fun game. I thought it was just awesome. Okay, first off, the graphics. The visuals are stunning. This game is a very well-ly rendered. The characters are all very beautiful. Well, not all of them. They're pretty damn fugly looking, but their CGI renderings are great, and I feel like their costumes have been refined to the point where they look very realistic in real life sense, while some of the characters kind of look a little bit too far-fetched. Like the Bane costume was just a little bit too out there for me to accept. And the environments are very fleshed out. And just the city streets, just everything just looks like an actual slum of a crime-infested city would look like. Alright, the gameplay. I think it's kind of weird how the game kind of puts some kind of emphasis on sneaking around, kind of like Metal Gear Solid did. Which, I don't know, I know that's definitely how, Batman does operate in the actual comic books and movies. Just try not to be seen, and then when it comes to a fair and fair fight, oh, excuse me. Well, you don't have to, fight as a stealth sneaking around game. You can just go out there in a big old brawl and just beat the crap out of people. And I gotta say, some of the moves are pretty impressive. I really liked how you can just beat the crap out of people. And you do the takedown moves where you can just kick them in the face, and you do all those slow motion and sequences. It's really rewarding just doing the right combos as of beating the shit out of somebody and then just knocking them out. Yeah. The story plot of this game was I felt like it was kind of lacking. For some reason, it gives me the feeling that they're gonna do like another game, and even though that the Joker essentially dies at the ending, but who knows? Maybe it's a fake Joker. I don't know. But the story just didn't feel like they could have made it as epic as the game's soundtrack and visuals made it out to be. The story is just essentially there's Bruce Wayne captured. He gets sent to Arkham City, and he's trying to figure out what Protocol 10 is. And meanwhile, he's poisoned by the Joker, and he's just trying to find a cure. And it just seems kind of just cheap just to throw all these little side mission fetch quests along the way just to kind of keep you occupied before you actually figure out what Protocol 10 is. If Batman really is like a detective crime fighter, and a lot of people call him detective as well, why couldn't you use some of your investigative skills to try to find out what the hell Protocol 10 was? Eventually, essentially all the tools of what the hell Protocol 10 is just falls into your lap. You go around it. You have to do some kind of menial task for some new character around here or there. You gotta work with Bane to destroy the weird steroid juice stuff that's hidden throughout the city. And you gotta go get Mr. Freeze's suit. Gotta go find his wife. You know, a lot of these tasks are very optional, but you just kind of get the feeling that the game developers really want you to just go through all of these quests and just just kind of put some a little bit of closure with some of the characters. But it just seems like they focus way too much on the menial side quests instead of actually focusing on the main story. And the use of characters wasn't very wise either. I mean, I felt like they should have done more with the Joker. I mean, the Joker just really didn't do much besides poison Batman. I mean, other than that you didn't really get to see Joker do much of his psychotic, crazy schemes. You didn't really get to see him just go to those lengths that the Joker wouldn't go. That would just kind of shock you and just make you despise and love the Joker all the more for it. You just saw him as more like a victim, as he's like slowly dying and becoming like a shell of his former self. And just a lot of the characters where it looks like they could have had some pretty good boss fights. Like, it would have been cool to face off against Harley Quinn, but you only do one little move where you just kind of slam her against the wall, slam her on the floor when you first meet her, and that's pretty much it. I really thought it would have been cool to actually fight some of these main villains as bosses, but instead you fight all the sub-characters, all the unimportant characters. I mean, even the Penguin boss scene, it could have been kind of cool to fight the Penguin, but even the Penguin boss scene is a fetch quest. You got to go to Mr. Freeze's suit, find out the weakness to the gun. You gotta get the freaking thingy, the thing that turns off the gun if you get closer to him. So you just walk up there, or you point the thing at him, you press the button, and then the gun turns off, and you go and punch him. Then you fight Solomon Grundy. Like, why the hell were you fighting Solomon Grundy? Why the hell is he there? I mean, it's like, they didn't really do much of a good job on the boss scenes, but other than that, the rest of the gameplay is pretty cool. Being able to just free roam around the city and just pick fights with random characters, level up your gadgets. Leveling up your gadgets is also pretty cool too. You can upgrade your ballistics, your combats on all your gadgets. It's really cool. It's not too much to the point where it seems like an RPG. And they just got kind of like the right amount, so that way you can choose either to upgrade or not. Depending on if you do or don't, it'll make the game that much just a little bit more harder. But it's not saying, hey, you have to upgrade your stuff. I mean, you're not gonna beat this game if you don't upgrade your shit. I mean, but I just like it how they don't make it mandatory for you to do all the upgrading and RPG style crap. They just really balanced out between somewhat semi RPG and combat. But some of the story, I don't know. I know I'm rambling on about the story, but it lacks in some places. And the ending of the game kind of fit, kind of didn't. I mean, it just seems kind of weird how they just kill off the Joker just that easily. You figure that it would have been like more of a more of like an epic battle or an epic climactic scene. You figured you'd actually fight the Joker instead of, fighting Clayface. I mean, it seems like he was thrown in the game, kind of like last minute, other than to pose as the fake Joker in some scenes. But oh well, I don't know. It's kind of a shame how they just kind of killed off the Joker that easily without you actually having to fight him or solve some kind of masterful scheme that he had. But it was kind of like an emotional scene when he does die at the end, and Batman carries him out, and Harley Quinn sees his body, and all his goons see the body, and the police see it. And what the hell was up with the police showing up to Batman's aid right at the very ending of the game? God, that is so cliche. It's always in the horror movies and a whole bunch of action movies where, if you need the police, they only show up once everything is all good and done. But, oh well. The score of this game was also very impressive. The music was top notch, and it was just absolutely beautiful. It definitely highlighted some of the main effects. And it just really kind of added that much more kind of spice to the game, and it was just really beautiful music. But all in all, the game, I would say I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 because, it was good combat, good free roam, good play, but kind of semi weak story and kind of weak use of the villains and not a very epic conclusion to the game. But it's still an 8 out of 10. So it's a definitely good game. It's definitely a playable game, but unfortunately, don't really see that much replay value. For me, it just doesn't seem like a game that I would want to play again. I mean, I didn't even know that you could, you couldn't access the downloadable characters unless you beat the game on normal or hard. I mean, I played the games on easy so that way I can get through them as, like fast as possible, and then I play them again on mediums and hards just to challenge myself and go from the ground ups. I just like to see where it is on difficulty wise. And it's kind of a shame that I didn't even get to play the characters. I didn't get to play the Robin, or I didn't get to play the Nightwing, because I beat the game on easy, which was very disappointing. I mean, they could have at least given you something for beating the game on easy. I mean, usually all other games do, but oh well. And if you have to be on normal or hard, then so be it. Well, Batman Arkham City is definitely a recommendation. I wouldn't say it was the best game out there, but it's definitely a fun experience. Well, this has been a Gamer Rain Tag review. I'm signing off.